Sigma on the wall. Who is the skibbidiest of them all? Hi guys, and welcome back to the Slash and Gash podcast. Today, this is episode 5, and we're just gonna have a quick little chat about Terrifier because today, which is, I believe it's Wednesday, the 24th of July, the trailer for Terrifier 3 just dropped. So we're just going to maybe have a chat about that and kind of just overall our opinions on the entire franchise. So I'm going to throw it over to my co-host Frank to get us going.
Yo, people. Hope you're all doing well. So today, obviously, I think it was the teaser trailer that dropped, right?
Yeah.
First thoughts, yeah. Well, look, shall we just preface this by saying that we're not the biggest Art the Clown fans, are we? We're not.
Not really. We've seen both films, but we're not like. We've watched didn't we watch that All Hallows Eve as well? The anthology film.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's even before like Terrifier even got big.
We just watched it on a whim, didn't we?
So like we knew who Art the Clown was. Obviously, I mean especially now you can't even escape the guy. Like the guy's everywhere. Like he's basically today's. Like, I'm not comparing him to like back in the day slasher killers, but like he is today's, like, I guess I'm not saying he's like Jason, but he's like that kind of, he's in that realm. Do you know what I mean? Like he's getting like, who knows where they could take this franchise, but
he's
talking about,
he's at the up and comer, innit? Like he's the new kind of slasher icon.
I think so. Yeah. For this generation of like, horror fans, like obviously we grew up on Myers, Ghostface, not so much Jason because we only had one remake, but we grew up more on obviously Ghostface and Myers, innit? But
I think our generations was, if you think about it, it really was. We had like Scream 4, we had 2007 like Rob Zombie's Halloween. So that's what we grew up with, wasn't it? At that point, as you say, there was only the 2009 remake of Friday the 13th. That piece of shit Freddy remake came out.
2010 Nightmare. Yeah.
That's kind of like thrown off the anyway because no one watches that garbage.
I heard you love that though.
Well, I've like seen it once years ago. It was a piece of shit.
I had it on that DVD, but like I had it on that proper fucking B-Tech DVD. But we digress. But obviously. So we had to preface, obviously, this episode by saying that. However, we do respect what, Damien Leone, the writer and director, has created. Like, I'm definitely not against, Art the Clown. I think there's real potential for this guy to have like a mad franchise into the late 20s in this decade, actually. Depends what he wants to do in it, obviously. There's a shelf life to every killer, in my opinion. There's a shelf life. As much as I love Michael's my guy, man. Like, Michael is king. But even Michael has a shelf life. Like, not for too long. I don't want to see Myers, like, in the wild for too long. Like, I want him back soon. But I think there has to be a shelf life where, we don't see him for a few years because then the hunger comes back and be like, yo, I need a bit of Myers back in my life. You get me done.
Which, to be fair, as you said, there's been a fair few Terrifier films recently, right? Like, it's only been a couple of years since the last one.
Yeah, 2022, I think, wasn't it? Terrifier 2, which I really liked. I think we both watched the first one and the second one like first time watches together. So like we were pleasantly surprised. Like I thought Terrifier 1 was a bit, but Terrifier 2 was like, whoa. Like,
well, Terrifier 1 came out in 2016. Terrifier 2 is 2022, and then Terrifier 3 now is 2024, isn't it? So they've kind of amped it up a little bit. There was a bit of a break between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But
1 and 2 never really even got like mad like hype over here, especially in the UK. Like it didn't even get. I think 2 got a little bit released in the US, but 2 didn't even get released at all in cinemas here.
I remember when it came out, like October 2022, and it was just all bootlegged on YouTube. And everyone was just trying to. I just watched it on YouTube, I think. Or I watched briefly, like a little bit of it. Obviously, eventually, it just got taken down. But I remember the big hype, especially in the horror community, about number 2. Which
it's
one of them, man. I liked 2. I thought it was really long. I thought it was kind of too long in a sense. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something, in it, which
Oh
is
shit, it
long
is,
for a
yeah.
horror.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I think that's one of the things we actually did say. I think when me and Will watch films, especially films that are over 2 hours, we sort of like watch half of it and then continue the second half like another time because, you know, unless it's a mad film, like, this isn't horror related, but we love Scarface, so we could easily watch that in one sitting because that is like, I guess that's the Gash part in Slash and Gash. Like, we are big Scarface fans, so that's like a 3 hour film, so we could easily watch that in one sitting.
Listen, when
But
you can sit there, there's a bit of horror in that. The guy pulls out the chainsaw, doesn't it? Now the leg.
no, the ass, huh? Now the leg, huh?
Oh
Yeah, you're
god,
right. Actually, they got obviously inspired by TCM, innit? But
it
for
definitely
real,
feels like.
yeah, you're right. Actually, I've not watched Terrifier 2 since we watched it last year, didn't we? We watched it around October time last year.
Mm. I don't know. I feel like for me, that this is people probably going to cuss me out and say I'm a pussy over this, but there was a part of me that kind of just didn't fuck with the terrifying movies in the sense that I like them,
Yeah.
but I just feel like they're going to cuss me out and say I'm a pussy for saying this, but I just feel like they were too brutal in a sense for no reason. Like they were a bit like nihilistic in a sense, which like in the first one, did he like cut that bird in half like from a flipping fanny or something, right? Like, and then in the
Oh,
second one, he does a mad brutal kill on that girl, and like he's like throwing bleach on her and shit like that. I just kind
are
of
you
sat
talking
there like,
about that girl where whose house he goes to trick or treat?
yeah, and then he fucks her up and he like scalps her and he's throwing bleach on her, and I just sat there like
Mm,
he was so overextended. I think he was killing her for like 15 minutes, and I sat there like, what the fuck, man? Like
mm.
somebody skipped this shit. I don't know. This isn't me being like a squeamish or something. Like I'm
Uh,
pretty hardcore when it comes to horror, but
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. Just they were apparently just sat there like, what the fuck, man? Like, come on.
I get where you're coming from. There was a lot of obviously Terrifier is like it's a bit like it's a bit like that hostel vibe. Like not exactly
Yeah,
the same, but the Terrifier is known as splatter slasher
yeah, which I
slash
get,
splatter.
and it's like a throwback to all those kind of grindhouse movies, and I like that and I respect it. So it's not a downer for me. And I know this isn't like a full Terrifier 2 review, but
No, no.
I will see how number 2 is because this is what I want to get into, man. It's like
Yeah,
this is
so obviously
what did you
I was
think
just
of the teaser?
yeah, I was just wanting obviously the listeners to know that we're not massive Art the Clown fans. So there'll be more things that you guys know that obviously you'll probably be educating us on about Art the Clown, and we encourage that. We welcome that. But obviously after watching the teaser dropped today, didn't it? And like it looks good. Yeah, it looks all right. Like, it doesn't look shit, obviously. Um having it set around Christmas, yeah, it still feels a bit. I don't
That's
know.
sacrilege, man. I don't know why. For me, I don't. There's that slasher film in the it's from the 80s called Silent Night, Deadly Night, and I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's good. I saw that a fair few years ago, but I thought that were decent. And the only other like Christmas horror I can think of is when we watched flipping Krampus when Joe was at uni and they
Yeah,
had that movie night and we ended up going and watching Krampus.
yeah.
Krampus
Student cinema.
and I like that film. Don't get me wrong. I like the Krampus vibe because we always used to like fight that guy on Killing Floor 2 of the Christmas specials, which
Campus.
is
Yeah,
sick.
yeah. Yeah,
Which
yeah, yeah. So
that's
there
a
was that
different
connection.
topic. But for me, I feel like a mad slasher at Christmas. I don't know, man. Just and especially because the film's coming out in October, so I'm like, it's Halloween, and now it feels like I'm at Christmas. I don't know. I don't know how I feel
Yeah.
about.
I actually agree with you, man. Like, obviously, we allow films like Krampus and the one that you just said. I've not seen that one, but I want to check it out. Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think we allow them at Christmas time because they're not actually that big, are they?
Nah,
Whereas obviously Terrifier is massive. Like that is like hot property right now. Like everyone knows about Art the Clown now. If you don't, then obviously you where the fuck have you been? But Art the
yeah,
Clown is like massive right now. So you're right, man. Like I don't Terrifier 2 worked really well for me because I think it was actually on Halloween night or maybe the day before or the day after. They
mm,
could have done that again, or they could have just done it like in Sept. They didn't even have to like do. anything around Halloween. They could have just done it and like any other time besides Christmas. Like you saw the teaser today, innit? There's a scene where they show like a scene where he's like in a Santa Claus outfit, and he's
I mean,
like,
she just looks sick.
yeah, but it doesn't. I don't know, man. Like I don't.
Like, he don't fit the vibe.
It doesn't like he's a clown, isn't it? Like what's the? I guess we'll obviously have to see what happens, but like
Mm.
that's my main issue with it. Like I mean, other than that, like the teaser trailer didn't really like give much away in it because obviously it is a teaser.
Yeah.
But
Well, they're bringing back. Is it Lauren Lavira, the girl that played? Is it Sharp?
yes,
I've
Sienna,
forgotten her name
Sienna.
from the Sienna. Yeah, because she's a proper dime piece, man. Like, I'm glad that she's back. She was a good actress. She was like the best thing about the film.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I do love her. I can't lie. She wasn't in the first one, was she? But they obviously started a brand new story with her in the second one.
hmm,
Am I right in that? Yeah, she wasn't in the first one, was she?
no, she won. The bird from the first one, I think, the one that got like mutilated. She's in it now, like without the clown. She's like on a mission with him, isn't she?
Yeah, because like at the end of number two, obviously, doesn't she like break out of the mental institution?
With the end of number two, she gives birth to Art the Clown's head. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's
Yeah.
in with him now or something. Like, she's on a fucking proper mad, like, demonic vibe.
No, but
So
what? Obviously, I've not seen I've not seen Terrifier 2 since we watched it together last year. So like, I remember. Obviously, Sienna's like, does she kill him at the end? Obviously, I know he's not like able to be killed as far as we know, but
yeah,
like,
she
does she
fucks
kill
him
him?
up. She like stabs him up in that like underworld. Yeah, but she jumps down into his lair.
Hmm.
She has that sword like or something made by her dad, and she fucks him up.
Ah, yeah. I just remember that one scene where they fuck him up, him and her brother, her and her brother, sorry. And the guy just still comes back. Do you remember that scene? Like they fuck him up so hard and then he just comes back again and fucks them both up again. I just remember that one scene in Terrifier 2. But yeah, that ending scene in Terrifier 2
I think at
where
the end of the
obviously,
day, I think people really like
yeah.
it. No, no, go ahead, man, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying you broke off a bit there. I was going to
Oh
say,
shit.
now what to do is just edit it from here, just from what I'm going to say now. So
Yeah,
yeah,
go.
but at the end, so for the ending of Terrifier 2, that she starts screaming in it because, like you said, she's giving birth to Art the Clown. So,
Mm.
I guess that actually does confirm in it that he's supernatural. Like, there's no doubt now, is there, that he's supernatural?
Yeah, well, no, he is because didn't he? He's always been supernatural because I think in part one he kills himself at the end. He like shoots himself in the head
Mm.
to not get like arrested and shit. So I think he's all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
art is totally supernatural.
yeah. And then does that girl bring him back in it in the second one? Or how does he come back in number two then at the start? Like some entity brings him back in it.
Something like that. I don't. I'd have to. Do
Yeah,
you know what? I know it's
we definitely need
we have to give
rewatch.
it a rewatch.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, what's your thoughts on like the teaser that dropped today then?
I think it looks good. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, the Christmas thing. That's just me because I like Christmas time. I always kind of disassociate from horror when it's Christmas time. Uh,
I get that.
but because obviously it's coming out in October, it'll be fine, and I think the vibe will be good. It'll be good to see. Hopefully, this is actually in cinema for us in the UK. I'm hoping it is. Uh,
Hope so.
but I think it'll be a good film. I think a good slasher this time round. Because I'm going to say the only slasher that's come out this year that we haven't been able to catch is In a Violent Nature, right?
Mm.
So it'd be good to catch it in cinemas, and hopefully, because I like the cast, I like the guy who plays Art the Clown. Is
Mm-hmm.
it David Howard Thornton? I think that's his name.
Is it Billy Bob's son?
I don't know if it's Billy Bob's son. Billy Bob Thornton. Brilliant.
How weird would that be? Billy Bob, obviously, he's Bad Santa.
Yeah.
I bet imagine there's a relation there. I just literally
It's
made
his
that
son.
up. I don't know. You never know. But,
Someone better look into that, man.
bro, I just deep that now. Like, can you imagine? Like, now he's gonna be the next Bad Santa. Like,
Art the Clown.
the next Bad Santa.
But
Like,
yeah, I think it's going to be I think this shit's gonna work, man. I don't know.
Like, you imagine he fucks someone and they're just like, fuck me, Sienna, fuck me, Sienna.
I mean, but yeah, if I'm looking at the cast and everything, it's
Yeah.
the back. There's a fair few people back again. You know, like her little brother.
Brother's back in it, yeah. Obviously, who else? That girl.
Chris Jericho, isn't it? Your boy
Who?
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I mean, I do love Chris Jericho, I can't lie.
And I think it's gonna have horror classic, man. Flipping Tom Savini.
Oh, he's a legend, yeah. I mean, look, overall, it's gonna make a lot of dosh, whether it's good or whether it's shit. There's a lot of like we said in it, there's a lot of fans who love Terrifier, like, and I understand why they do. Like, you know, it is literally like the 80s version of, like, not exactly, but it's 80s Jason, isn't it? Like, he's just a mad guy just on the loose, like you can't be stopped. Like, Jason obviously had a bit of, you know, supernatural in him.
Mm.
And obviously Art the Clown does as well. Like, I guess most slasher killers do need to be a bit supernatural in it to be unstoppable a little.
Yeah, it's kind of rare that they're just kind of like some random guy.
Mm.
Like, obviously talking about that because one of those ones that OG kind of like slashes is Black Christmas, isn't it? And it's just a random guy in that guy Billy who's killing people.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's one of those. It for a slasher, I think you need a bit of kind of like a supernatural entity there. I know with Myers they kind of never really revealed it, other than just saying like he's evil, he's the boogeyman. But I think at least with this we're gonna get Art the Clown because they're gonna probably do it a million times out there. At the end of the film, they beat him, and then he's back next year. And that's to be fair, we need a kind of new franchise like that. I
It's
think
just, yeah.
everybody's craving it.
It'll be very interesting what they do. Like, I think Damien Leone's had a lot of balls to, you know, put it around Christmas time. Like, it could easily backfire. Like, I bet like there'll be a lot of fans, like, obviously afterwards, if it's shit, they'll be like, oh, because it was around Christmas time, it didn't work. Or, you know, or it could be like, I guess obviously we'll, you know, once we see it and maybe we'll understand more in it, like, oh,
But
now
I
it
think that's a
makes
bit
sense why
random
he's
though,
put it
because
around Christmas.
I think it's a bit random because Art's always been the Halloween guy, isn't it? Like he's always been about on Halloween. I
Yes.
understand that you're changing it up a bit, but like All Hallows Eve obviously is a Halloween flipping anthology. First
Yeah.
Terrifier got Halloween, second one is Halloween. So he's like he is a kind of a Michael-like character. He's this demon that turns up on Halloween. Now he's coming up at Christmas. What's next year? The Easter Bunny. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
get that.
Like St. Patrick's Day. I guess they could do that. It might work.
I think obviously if I probably asked him, like, why did you set it around Christmas? He's probably gonna say, like, you know, no one's ever like done a Christmas slasher film for years, so why not? Like, you know, like, why
So
not
maybe
like change
Pussy
it up
too.
a little? See Wagwan. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, it'll be changed up when they bring us a Pussy 2, man.
I hope. Isn't there already a Krampusy 2 though? Bro, you might have
I
to
don't
sort it
think
out.
so. Because I wanted the guy that did Trick or Treat, but they never made a sequel to Trick or Treat.
Yo, that's a good film still.
Yeah, like I always thought they'd do a sequel to that, man, because it was like he did well, but they never did, and that's kind of like a proper cult classic now in the genre.
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah, Sam, the guy was like got a pumpkin head on.
yeah, that little bastard, he starts killing everyone. He,
The
he,
little bastard.
he will like the little bastard when he from Hornswoggle come out under the ring from
Yeah,
WWE.
yeah.
He's like,
Oh man.
yeah, I
But
know
yeah.
that decent.
But yeah, okay, look, Bloody Disgusting are they producing it? Like, are they producing
I
Terrifier
think
3?
so. I think so.
I mean, I do love Bloody Disgusting, so hopefully, you know, they wouldn't like endorse something shit. So
Well, they're just a review site, aren't they? I don't really go on them. That's your thing, innit? You're always on there.
I don't really go on there much either, but obviously I saw their name on the start of the teaser, so I believe they've been with them for um since day one, you know, like they've been supporting them since like they were making fan films like, you know, All Hallows Eve. I think
Yeah.
Terrifier was a fan film itself before it became Terrifier, the 2016 one. I don't know. It might be.
Yeah, no, I think because I'm just checking their Twitter now because I might actually follow them, but
Yeah. Bloody disgusting.
yeah, because it's kind of them. I used to read them back in the day, and then I stopped, and I was like, "You're the only guy that sends me this shit to do with
Yeah.
them now." But I think it is theirs.
Fair enough.
Which
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think so. I
I
mean,
rate that shit.
I do rate them. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give them a follow because you know
Mad.
that guy that Ghostface talks. I still
Yeah.
follow that guy on Twitter, man.
You still follow him?
Yeah, he still posts sometimes, isn't it? Rarely. Which I think it
Uh,
was just like the shit for the film in it.
Yeah, that guy's a good guy, man. Goes to his talks. But have you seen the Terrifier 3 poster as well? Obviously, like you said in it, the gal from is it the first one, isn't it? The one he killed in the first one. And obviously, in the second one, she's like she gets interviewed and then she kills the interview host, doesn't she?
Yeah. She
And
gets
then she
fucked
obviously
up in
gets
the
sent to
first
the
film.
mental institute. And so she's the one who's given birth to Art the Clown in it. So my guy knew from day one in it, like, yo, this bird's gonna be handy to me. I need to kill her so she can bring me back.
Yeah, I think she's in on it with him in it, or
She resurrected him.
Which you know what? I think it would be decent because actually her makeup, like as a character, it looks fucking well freaky.
It does a bit, innit? If she looks fucking, I mean, it's someone like, I bet you'd fucking date her anyway.
Oh, brilliant! What the fuck?
If she came up to you, you'd be like, yeah, baby. Yeah, let's go back, baby.
Yo, you know what? You are getting it, man.
This is what they say on their article, though. Terrifier 3 offers a bite-sized sampling of the Christmas-themed carnage erupting on screen this Halloween season. That makes no sense. That's
Yeah,
contradiction.
you see what I mean? They just fucked the face, man.
It just
You
makes
just
no
fucked
sense.
yourself.
Like that's the only issue I think me and you both have, including Art the Clown rocking a chainsaw and making bloody snow angels, Sienna's triumphant return, and Victoria looking nastier than ever. So, I
I
mean,
think
look,
that should work.
it's intriguing, and that's the main thing. It definitely doesn't look shite. Like, it takes a lot for us to like go see a film now, especially nowadays. Like, we're not fucking, 17, 18 anymore, where, we would have gone to easily to like watch anything. And rightly so. Like
Mm.
nowadays, like, we pick and choose our films, innit? And we'll be going to watch Terrifier 3, obviously. There's no, let's
Okay,
make no mistake about that.
we're there.
We're there, man. But yeah, let us know your thoughts, guys and girls, on what you think of the teaser. Let us know in the comments. And yeah, Will, anything you want to say before we sign off?
No, that's it. As you say, just like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, the Slash and Gash Podcast. Uh, yeah, comment, let us know what you think, and
Yep.
we'll see you guys next week for another episode.
Yeah, we'll be back very soon, guys. Stay spooky.